Hey guys, welcome back. It's Katrina. We are doing your weekly love forecast today. As we always do, we're going to go through the zodiac signs here. Before we do that, at the beginning, I like to give you guys kind of an overview of how the flow of energy in regards to love is going to work for all of us. Before I do that, if you guys ever want a personal reading from me, I do 15-minute and 30-minute consultations. You can find the link for that down in the description box. If you're watching the replay and you can't find it for whatever reason, it's astrolotta.com/readers/Katrina.html. Okay? This instance that I have here is choking me a little bit, so let me just rearrange this here. Hi, Norman. Okay, so the cards that I have for the collective, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Thank you guys for hopping on and liking right away. I appreciate that. We have the Wheel of Fortune, the Nine of Wands, the Moon, the Sun, Temperance, and the Tower. So, right away when the Moon and the Sun jumped out next to each other, I thought about the full moon that we just had over the past week. But I also thought about the eclipses that we have coming up in July. So with eclipses, they're usually this year they're in between sidereal Gemini and sidereal Sagittarius. For tropical, it's Cancer and Capricorn. Those are where all of our eclipses are happening this year. So those houses in your chart are of a huge focus this year. This is where you're seeing the most change, where we are kind of being catapulted forward in the direction of the North and South Node, which are in those houses. That's what makes an eclipse, when it's a full moon or a new moon next to the North Node or the South Node. So I thought about that because we have now, we have more eclipses coming in July, but we also have had over the past couple of weeks planets starting to move into the signs where the eclipses are, kind of giving us eclipse triggers, giving us an insight into how the eclipses are going to go for us. Hi, Janine. Hi, Alni. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Hi, SH. Okay, so what I found here with the Wheel of Fortune and the Nine of Wands at the beginning of our spread here, we have this cycle of beginning to protect ourselves. And we had the Nine of Wands last week as well. So we're kind of carrying that energy over into this week. I do think, whereas last week it was more of like putting myself on guard, holding myself back, I think this week it is more of asserting boundaries, finding my boundaries, knowing my boundaries. Hi, you guys. Finding my boundaries, knowing my boundaries, and really moving into a cycle where I'm upholding my boundaries at all times with everyone. But since we're talking about love specifically here, we're talking about relationships, we're talking about people that you're dating and things like that. This is bringing a lot of balance to us. We're finding the balance between wanting and desiring things materially. So in love, wanting things from a partner, wanting to have a partner, wanting a certain relationship status, and finding the balance between that and our internal needs. Okay, is it that important to have a partner if I'm going to be upset, if I'm going to be treated unfairly, or if, things are not going to work out the way that I want? We're kind of having to ask ourselves these questions, and in the process, we're making these, putting these kind of boundaries up to make sure that whatever we're deciding there is being upheld. We have the Tower at the end here, so it's almost to say, like, you can do these things on your own, or Spirit can do it for you. The universe is like, listen, we're setting up these eclipse triggers, we're setting up these new moons so you can contemplate these things, so you can think about these things. We're having Katrina tell you this on the video so that you can think about these things throughout the week before you, continue in relationships that aren't good for you, or enter into relationships that aren't good for you. But if you don't do it, we will, because the eclipses are coming and it's time to move you in a new direction in your life. Okay? So let's go ahead and get on with the individual signs. We're going to start with Aries as usual. Hello, everyone. There's too many of you guys now to say hello to each person individually. But hello. Apologies, but could you mention the sidereal axis and the tropical axis being activated for the year again? Absolutely. So the sidereal axis is Gemini and Sagittarius. Those two are opposite signs. And for tropical, it's Cancer and Capricorn. Okay? So look at those houses in your chart, and I'm sure that you can look back to around January when we had the first eclipses. I'm sure that Lotta did a dedicated astrology video, or maybe Ksenia or another astrologer did a dedicated astrology video about the eclipses. Obviously that was in January, but it's going to be in the same houses, so it'll at least give you a little bit of idea of where that is for you, because they go by the signs. So if you have trouble figuring out where that is in your chart, you can go look at that. Okay. All right, Spirit, what's going on with Aries and love for this week? What's going on for Aries and love for this week? Aries, it looks like a good week for you guys. We had the Three of Pentacles that popped out, the Empress, the Three of Wands, and the Lovers. Bottom of the deck, we have the Magician. Really good. You guys are able to create, you guys are trying to build something long-term here. For some of you, that's with your current partner. I almost feel as though you guys are trying to create something with your partner. Could be a child here with the Empress. Could also just be that maybe you guys are starting a business together. Maybe you guys are, this incense is going crazy. 1 second. Let me move it up there. Okay, sorry. I was like inhaling the smoke and choking. Okay. Aries, for some of you that are in relationships, this could be trying to start a business, trying to further your relationship in some way. You're trying to build something long-term and stable that has the opportunity to keep on giving to you. So like a child, so like a business, something like that. This may require for some of you guys to move location or to travel in some way with your partner, or you just may be doing so for fun over the next week, especially to somewhere that's like a tropical location. I also see some of you guys may be realizing as we go through this process, and there's going to be so many messages, I think, for the next 2 months, really, until we've kind of gone through the eclipses and gotten out, because there's so much like free will and also change that needs to happen for all of us with the energy that's happening. So there will be a lot of different messages. So just take whatever resonates with you as always. But for some Aries that are in relationships, you're realizing you can no longer build anything with your partner and you're moving on and leaving because you want to find something more authentic. The main thing for you guys here is that you are focusing on manifesting long-term stability in your relationship. So wherever you feel as though you can do that, that's where you will be. For those of you that are single, I think you guys are refining your standards. Some of you may be even thinking about moving to different locations in order to find the type of person that you want, or just to broaden your dating circle or something like that. We have 3 threes here. For all of you, there's a need for you to communicate more in your relationships. Focus on how you are communicating with your partner. It may be time to have a discussion about how you can move forward with your partner. It may be time for you to have deeper discussions with the people that you're trying to date to discover maybe earlier on if they're going to be a right match for you or not. Again, the number of 3 can also signify children. So somebody might be getting pregnant this week. Somebody might be delivering this week. If so, congratulations. Could also be birthing something else, birthing a baby, birthing a business, birthing a new house. You like start building a new house or something like that. But really good for you guys. Going back to singles, you guys may also be, this may be a lot about self-love for you guys. You may be getting more comfortable in your skin, realizing the abundance of kind of what you have within you, which in turn always will also affect your dating life, okay? So let's move on to Taurus. This marker's almost out. All right. Okay, Spirit, what's going on in love for, that's not for you guys. What's going on in love for Taurus this week? Spirit, what's going on for Taurus and love this By the way, guys, I didn't mention in the beginning, but if you're watching live, you'll hear this. These are for your sun, moon, and rising and Venus sign, okay, since we're talking about love. All right, we have the Six of Wands, the Sun, the Hermit, the Empress again. Bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Pentacles. So for you guys, whereas for Aries, it was about building something long-term. For you guys, it's really about finding your equal, finding your partner, finding someone that celebrates you as much as you celebrate them. I also feel like there's this need for you guys to find someone who is on the same page with you in regards to social home life balance, if that makes sense, especially for those of you that are single. I am seeing children here again for a lot of you with both the Sun and the Empress here. For you guys, I think it's more of thinking about having children at this time, deciding if you want to have children or deciding when you want to have children or something along those lines. For those of you that are single, you may be getting a push to find someone, especially someone who is financially stable because you are desiring children. There's a need here that you guys have to start a family with all of the sixes here. I also feel for those of you that are in relationships, you may have a realization this week if it's your partner's birthday, either or, because the energy can go either way. But if it's you or your partner's birthday, or you get a promotion or something that would require, or something that would that someone would like a celebration for, you guys may notice that, one person is putting in a lot of effort to give this other person a celebration, and either that person is not grateful for the celebration, or someone has put a lot of effort into someone's celebration before, and now it's their turn, and they don't put in the same effort. So someone's birthday was 3 months ago, their partner threw them a huge birthday or did a lot for them or bought them a lot or whatever the case is, and then it's the other partner's birthday now, and the person just gets a card and like a small cake or something. And it's like, wait, where, I did so much for your birthday, where's mine? Or even just the amount of time that they're spending with you during such celebration. For those of you that are single, you may have people telling you, people outside, especially in your family, saying like, you need to get married, you need to if you want to have kids, you're running out of time, yada, 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 that type of thing. It may start to make you feel a little bit depressed, a little bit sad. You guys may be realizing that you are maybe running out of time, or you think you're running out of time. What I would say for those of you that are single that think you're running out of time, there may be a pressure for you to kind of rush in with someone. I think from the past, like finding someone from your past and just saying, okay, they're good enough. Like I'll just try to have a kid with them or try to get back with them or something like that. It would be better for you to focus on moving forward rather than focusing on moving backwards, if that is the case for you. Okay. So let's move on to March. Let's move on to Gemini. I don't know why I'm saying months. Let's move on to Gemini. Okay. Spirit, what's going on for Gemini and love this week? What's going on for Gemini and love this week? Okay, bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Cups. For your spread, we have the Knight of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, the Six of Wands, and the Death card, okay? Gemini singles, I see you guys getting into new relationships this week. I think they're very short-lived. They might just be like summer romances. I think that you have some delusions about who this person is or how this person is going to, how long this person is going to be in your life. Like it all seems great in the beginning. It's really exciting. And then you kind of, the excitement wears off and it's done. For those of you that are in a relationship, I think that there might be some new appreciation coming from your partner for your partner or from your partner. It can go either way this week. Let me clarify the death card here for you guys. Okay, so also for those of you that are in a relationship, you guys are, there's some kind of alignment with you and your partner. I think you guys are kind of finding your groove, finding some common ground, and it will be less work that you have to constantly put into the relationship in the future, or at least it'll seem like less work. You guys are getting more comfortable with each other. I think you guys are willing to kind of, I almost feel as though you guys are getting a fresh start in some way. You guys are getting a fresh start. I think it's because someone has changed their appearance or spruced up something about themselves, and it has made, just kind of made everything feel a little bit new. For those of you that are single, you're trying this week, for a lot of you to really focus on finding someone who treats you really well. Let me, 1 second, let me take a sip of water. Okay. You're focusing on trying to find someone that treats you very well. I don't think it's about money. I think it's more about who actually treats you well, by their actions, by their words, especially. You're looking for kind of, I almost feel as though those of you that are single have seen someone else, how you guys have seen someone else's relationship or seen how someone else interacts with their partner, and you're really focused on trying to find that for yourself. And as a result, you may be ending things with people for good from the past. So maybe you've had an ex that you've just kind of had hanging around that you are getting rid of for good, or you've had just like people that you're dating casually that you're getting rid of, okay? Okay, let's move on to Cancer. Have you noticed any changes in your cards? No, I haven't. No, I haven't at all. And I've used most of my decks over the past week, so no. I do have one deck that I was never able to connect with, so I don't use it. I just keep it. Maybe I'll connect with it later, but no. You're welcome. Okay. People are claiming the Ace of Wands is different. I'm gonna look. Now you're making me curious. I'll show you guys. Maybe I don't have an Ace of Wands anymore. Where is it? Ace of Swords. Maybe it does look different because maybe the reason why I can't find it is because I'm looking at the pictures and it's not the same picture. Oh, here it is. It was at the very beginning. It looks the same to me, at least in this deck. It looks the same. Okay. So it is as usual. Yeah, it is. The oh, it was a different deck for sure. I'm going to check my other decks later now. You're making me curious, but we'll have to move on. Okay. Spirit, what's going on for Cancer for this week in love? Cancer for this week in love. Cancer. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, we have the Fool. We have the Ten of Swords, the Seven of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, the Hanged Man. So, for those of you that are in a relationship, it seems as though there's some jealousy going on. There's some sense of you feeling as though you have to protect what is yours. So in this case, your partner, not to say your partner is yours, but you have to protect what you have as a part of your life. It's almost as though you're doing this for no reason. There's no real threat here. And I think you guys are stressed out. I think towards the end of the week, you realize like, oh, okay, maybe I'm being a little bit ridiculous, and then you guys can kind of move on. But for some reason at the beginning of the week, you think that there's something that you have to protect. This is right where we have the Nine of Wands as well in our collective spread. So it could be something that came up with the new moon for you. It could be something that is not an issue now, but maybe it will be an issue when the eclipses come in July. You're welcome. But I don't think it's an issue for right now. Okay, I actually think it's something that was an issue in the past. I'm just looking at some clarifiers for you. I think it was an issue in the past, and you're worried about it happening again. So this could be that someone cheated in the past, and now you're worried they're doing it again because they're working late again or something, but this time they're actually really working late, or something along those lines where there's like, or it could even be from a different partner that, last time when your other partner was doing A, B, and C, they were cheating. And now you think that it is, your new partner is doing the same as well because you're seeing the same signs, but it's a different person. For those of you that are single, I feel as though you're just on guard when it comes to dating. I think there's almost a sense of like, I don't need anyone. I have myself. I'm good, with the Seven of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles here. I think towards the end of the week, someone kind of changes your mind, and maybe you start dating someone new here. At the end of the week, we have the Hanged Man. I'm pulling some clarifiers for you. The clarifiers are the Six of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups. So I almost feel as though at the end of the week, you realize like, okay, yes, I can be happy by myself, but also I can be happy with the partner as well. Like I can have both. But at the beginning of the week, I think you guys are for some reason in this mode of like, I don't need anyone. And again, I think it ties back to the new moon, whatever came up for you there. I think that is making you guys just kind of be like, I don't want to date. I don't want to be by anyone. Okay. Let's move on to Leo. Oops. Okay, Spirit, what's going on for Leo in love this week? I'm not going to take those for you guys. What's going on for Leo in love this week? Leo, I'm going to pull a few extra cards for you because my nose started itching for you. It's going to be a big week. Okay, bottom of the deck, we have the Devil. And underneath of that, we have the Seven of Pentacles, which is actually those other cards that I said I wasn't going to take for you. So that's what I'm telling you. We have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Wands. The Seven of Wands. The Seven of Cups. The Ace of Swords. Okay, so Some of you could be meeting your twin flame this week. For those of you that are single, sorry, there's something in my eye, an eyelash. Those of you that are single, you could be meeting your twin flame this week. They can be an earth sign, sun and rising or Venus. The earth signs are Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I almost feel as though this is someone that you've known of for a while. And even if this isn't your twin flame, because it won't be for all of you, I think for a lot of you, this could be a crush that you've had singles. This could be a crush that you've had for a long time, or even couples. You could be running into someone that you've liked in the past. And then for some reason now, as you guys meet again, it's like you run into each other unexpectedly and you have some kind of upper hand on them. And now you feel as though maybe you would be able to date them for some reason you didn't before. So maybe your appearance has changed, your job status has changed, your financial level has changed in some way, and now you feel as though you can have this person, or you can engage with this person more than you have been able to in the past. With the Devil card here, make sure that you are not just trying to prove a point by getting with this person, or make sure that it's not out of some kind of obsession that you have with this person. I would say that you need to make sure that, talk to them and find out if you're interested, just like you would anyone else that you're trying to date. And don't jump into something just because you've known this person in the past, or you like this person in the past, or whatever the case may be. For those of you that are single, for those of you that are in a relationship, your sex life may be improving this week. There may be a conversation or an idea that comes up from your partner, or even from an external source while you're near your partner. So like a movie or something that kind of spruces your life up in that area. This could also, for some of you guys, be that you are trying to rush your relationship forward in some way because you have some idea about where you want it to go. Something that you want to do that requires a partner. So you want to have a wedding date, you want to have a wedding yourself, or something along those lines. And that's making you kind of push forward. I think that you guys are really focused on getting something else outside of your relationship that really has nothing to do with your partner, and you're trying to kind of use your partner to get that, or this could be vice versa as well. Or manipulate the situation in some way, or even ignoring red flags here because you just want to be in a relationship, you want to stay in a relationship here. There's a need for you guys to meditate more this week. There's a need for you guys to talk to your ancestors, talk to your spirit guides, talk to your higher self, speak to someone kind of on the other side, or I think through doing that, you get kind of some insight into how you should handle your love life this week. So there are meditations for how to meet and speak to your spirit guides, your higher self, maybe even your inner child for some of you guys, especially if you are trying to have a child. Maybe doing an inner child meditation where you meet your inner child could be beneficial for you guys as well here. But there's a sense of rushing here, and you guys need to kind of pump the brakes and find the right kind of approach before you move forward and land at the tower, okay? So let's move on to Virgo. I know some of you guys that are live are Virgos. Valid or Khalid, one of the two. Okay. Spirit, what's going on for Virgo in love this week? What's going on for Virgo in love? For Virgo in love this week. Okay. Virgo singles, you may be starting a new relationship with a friend. Yes. So we have the Page of Swords, the Page of Cups, the Three of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Cups. So some of you guys may be starting a relationship with someone that you've been a friend with in the past. Some of you guys may be renewing your friendship with your partner, doing something fun with your partner, going on a vacation, having some kind of activity that you guys do or social event that you guys go to that strengthens your relationship. I almost feel as though things were getting really dull in your relationship for those of you that are couples, and there was a need for you guys to liven it up a bit, and that is happening for you guys this week. For some of you that are singles, the friend that's coming back in the picture may be someone that you knew in the past. I think you should give this person a chance. The clarifier that came up was the Two of Cups when we have the Five of Cups. So especially if it's someone from the past and you have this pull towards them, the clarifiers that came up, the Two of Cups, the Five of Cups, and then the Three of Wands, it's as if to say this person could be a soulmate for you or a potential divine partnership for you. With the Five of Cups here, it's almost as though you missed what you had in the past and there's a chance for you to move forward with the Three of Wands here, okay? All right, so let's move towards Libra. Oh, you guys can hear the fan? Is that better? You guys could have told me before. We're halfway done. Or are you saying helpful, nice for the Virgo reading? Okay. Yes, Libra now. Spirit, what's going on in love for Libra this week? What's going on for love in Libra this week? No worries. Okay, we have the Six of Wands, the Knight of Wands, the Eight of Wands, the Nine of Wands, the Four of Swords, okay? Lots of fire energy here for you guys this week. So I feel like there was a lot of attention placed on you guys, either from your partner or even if you're single from outside sources. There's been a lot of attention placed on you in the recent past, but also the beginning of the week. I feel as though for some reason you were in the spotlight in some way and now you're just ready to kind of relax. You might need a break from your partner towards the end of the week. You might want to kind of regather yourself, re-stabilize yourself. This could also mean like you had in-laws staying at your house and now they're kind of leaving and you need a break, or your partner had friends over or something like that where there was just too much attention. And for those of you that are single, maybe you've been going on too many dates and you kind of just need to relax and take a break here. I feel like for some reason also right before this happens, so right before that kind of transition happens, middle of the week, something happens to where you are put on guard. We have the Nine of Wands and we had that in the collective reading as well. It's almost as though, someone like makes you mad. So if this is the example of the in-laws staying at the house, you like, someone breaks something and it's the last straw, or your partner's had friends over and one of them says something rude to you and you're like, you know what, that's the last straw. Or you've been going on all these dates and the last one that you go on is absolutely terrible. And you're like, okay, that's it. And you guys are taking a rest at the end of the week here. Yeah, rather than having all of the attention, all of the people around, you're instead choosing to be a little bit more discerning with who you allow to be in your space and who you allow to have to have your attention so that you can kind of regain the stability and security in your life in general, not even just in love, but this in some way relates to your partner. So if you're single, I think it's that, people that you've been dating or just people that are interested in you. But if you're in a partnership, I think it's in some way that your partner has brought along all this attention in some way for you and you're tired of it. Or maybe your partner has some kind of, some level of fame and that is drawing attention that you didn't ask for. Okay? Let's move on to Scorpio. All right. Spirit, what's going on for Scorpio in love? Time for Scorpio in love this week. Okay, we have the Five of Cups. We have the Hermit. We have the Five of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Cups. And in the bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Wands. So for those of you that are single, you could be missing a past partner, feeling like you messed something up in the past or feeling like you missed some kind of opportunity here. This causes you to kind of do some introspection and kind of think about, okay, where am I going to go next? I can't keep dwelling on this person. Or it could be even that someone from the past that you have always felt like, oh, maybe we'll get back together. They end up getting in another relationship or they end up getting married or something like that. And you're like, okay, well, I can't keep dwelling on that now because it's obviously over. So how do I, how do I move forward? Where should I move forward? When am I going to move forward? Kind of just asking yourself all of those questions. I don't think that you like the answers in the beginning. I think that the answers, there's a lot of transition in this week here, I will say, but I think at the beginning, the answers that you get are kind of like, yeah, the only answer is that I have to move on. I can't dwell on this person that's married or getting married or that's in this relationship. I have to move forward. I think as soon as you accept that, though, and move away from it, there's a new beginning here for you guys, for those of you that are single. And I don't really think that it's a person coming in for you because we have the Four of Cups. Well, I don't think it's a person coming in that you're truly interested in because we have the Four of Cups underneath of there. But I think maybe it's just the, thank you. I think that it's just the realization that you can move forward, the realization that people are still interested in you, that you still have an opportunity to date someone new, that kind of thing. You're getting your groove back type of thing. For those of you that are in couples, again, I think it's dwelling about something that happened in the past in your partnership. You're worried about something that happened in the past, worrying how you can get over it. I think that, well, you could also be worried about a past partnership here as well. So for those, it could be that you're worried about something that your partner has done in the past. So it could be cheating, it could be lying, it could be not showing up for you in some way that they did in the past, and you're worried that it's going to happen again. You're worried that it's a cycle, all of these things, and you're kind of thinking okay, is this the best situation for me? Should I just move on to something new? Some of you guys are going to decide to move to something new. Now there's a fan on outside. Now some of you are going to decide to move to something new, and kind of realize that, okay, yeah, it is time for me to move on. But some of you are going to stay in your partnership and things get better, possibly as a result of you just letting go what happened in the past, especially if it's something like they weren't there for you one time, they stood you up one time because they forgot, or they, even if they cheated one time 3 years ago or something like that, and maybe it's just time, if you want to move to get over it. But something along those lines happening for you guys. There's a kind of reflection in the beginning of the week for all of you where you're dwelling on something from the past, whether it's something that happened or a past person. Towards the end of the week, towards the middle of the week, you're making the decision, okay, I have to get over it, however that means for you. The end of the week, you start seeing kind of the light again, okay? All right. We have Sagittarius. Kamir, I can't remember what the Virgo reading said, but Scorpio is just for you, and then we're doing Sagittarius for you as well. You said relocating soon, so that makes sense why the Three of Wands was there in the Scorpio reading. Look towards the end of the week. Something like, I don't think it's going to be a relationship coming in for you, but maybe some kind of promise of a relationship or some light at the end of the tunnel in some way in regards to your love life, okay? Spirit, what's going on for Sagittarius and love this week? What's going on for Sagittarius and love this week? Looking good, Sagittarius. Bottom of the deck, we have the King of Wands. Right under that, we have the Two of Cups, and there's more good cards under there, but I'm going to leave it at that so we can move forward. We have the Star, the Four of Pentacles, the Magician, the Strength card. With all of those, and then the Two of Cups down at the bottom of the deck, you guys could be entering into a very fated partnership. Anybody that you meet really is going to be... I believe that it's all fate. Not everyone that you meet, but anyone that you enter into a relationship, a friendship, some kind of bond with, that's all fated. But for you guys here, someone could be recognizing you. Someone could be approaching you, asking you to go out on a date, or obviously this is for singles, asking you to go out on a date or asking you to be in a relationship with them if you've already been on a date with this person or something like that. I think that things move really quickly here with the Four of Wands and the Magician. I almost feel as though if you're just meeting this person, you guys get very close very quickly. And that's not to say the relationship progresses quickly, but you guys, as far as the intimacy level between you two, and moves forward very quickly. And I'm not just talking about sex. I just mean the emotional intimacy. Could be physical intimacy, but in some way, you guys just move very quickly together. We have the Strength card here at the end. And then we have the King of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I almost feel as though things start moving very quickly, and then you kind of hold yourself up, and you're like, okay, wait a minute. Yep. That's a clarifier that came out for you. You guys things start moving quickly, and then towards the end of the week, you kind of like snap out of it a little bit, and you're like, wait, let me make sure that this is the right person for me. Let me make sure I'm asking the right questions here, make sure that they're not getting over on me, or anything like that. For those of you that are in couples, I almost feel like for those of you that are in couples, there's some aspect of your relationship that you've been wanting to bring to an end. I almost feel as though not that you want to control your partner, but there's something about your partner, something that your partner has done, something that your partner continuously does, or something about who they are that you are trying to stop in some way, or vice versa. And I think that you guys are able to manage that this week. I feel as though there's almost some sense of you being more authentic with them, or them being more authentic with you about what it actually is. And that kind of is what does it. And you don't have to worry about this anymore. There's no more stress in regards to the situation. I almost feel as though all you have to do is just be authentic with them, be honest with them about it. And then you realize like, oh, that was easier than I thought. I didn't have to like go the back way and manipulate them or try to sneak around it. Like I just had to tell them like, this is what I want. Wow, that's crazy. And then the cycle's over. You don't have to deal with that anymore. You don't have to worry about it. Okay. Let's move on to Capricorn. Spirit, what's going on for Capricorn this week in love? What's Going for Capricorn this week. That card that flipped over was the Devil, but I wasn't really called to take it, and that's you guys. Actually, it was the Tower, but I wasn't really called to take it, so we're gonna leave it. It's already in our collective spread. We've got the Justice card. We have the King of Swords. We have the Four of Pentacles. We have the Three of Cups, and then bottom of the deck we have the Emperor. Okay, so for all of you, I think that you're getting a better control over your dating life, whether that be with a partner or whether you be single. I almost feel as though you guys are deciding that you want to make sure that you have more control over how things are going. So you might be taking your power back. You might be taking your power back in your relationship if you feel as though your partner's been walking all over you, or kind of whatever came up for you at the new moon that you realized you had to protect yourself from. I feel as though you guys are taking action to protect yourself there. And even if you're single, maybe things that have happened in the past in relationships, you're making sure that you kind of uphold the standards that you have and upholding the making sure that you're being treated fairly. I think you guys are being very vigilant about that with the King of Swords here. And it works. At the end of the week, you're feeling much more lighthearted and much more fun when it comes to dating or when it comes to your relationship, because you've kind of created this environment where your standards and your safety is being ensured because you are kind of advocating for yourself. Okay? So let's move on to Aquarius. Have any other Pisces felt the weird energy this week? I'm a Pisces rising, and I haven't really felt any weird energy, to be honest with you. Okay, Aquarius. Spirit, what's going on in Aquarius's love life this week? Okay, Aquarius. The Six of Wands, the Six of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, the Lover's card, and the Tower. We have Temperance right under there, and Tower. The Tower and Temperance both showed up next to each other in our collective reading as well, which is at the beginning if you missed it, okay? All right, so I feel as though I feel like you guys have already had kind of a Tower moment. I feel like there's been some breakdown for you guys in regards to a relationship or your love life in some way. I don't think it's been like a huge Tower moment, though, where your relationship is in it. I feel like there's been some things pulled out that no longer served a purpose, or, well, that's kind of always what gets dragged out with the Tower. But I feel, though, as though it's not things that you're missing. Like, it's not like there was no negative emotional reaction that came with it. I think you were like, ooh, I'm happy that that's gone. Whatever the case, whatever it was, I think that for some of you, this relates to family being gone. And I don't mean passing away. I mean, like, they have moved out of your home. They left if they were vacationing. So maybe you guys are dating that other sign that had the partner that had their in-laws at the house. For some of you, this could be a relationship ending and you going back to an old partner this week, with the Tower down there, and then the Six of Wands, Six of Pentacles, Six of Wands, Six of Cups. It could be that you are deciding to go back and work on an old relationship that you felt suits you better, with a Gemini, possibly Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. For those of you that are single, I think there was a significant change in your life on your own, your appearance, your work, your finances, your location, um, your self confidence, something like that. Something has changed significantly. It's found a way to balance you out to the point where you're having more fun with dating. You're more excited about it, and I think in turn people are more interested in you because you're just radiating good energy. For some of you in couples, you may be working on having a child this week. Um, there for all of you, you're working on something very hard. The clarifiers that came up, we had the Emperor, the King of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands. So you're putting a lot of effort and energy into something. Um, Putting a lot of energy and effort into work on something here. But I think for some of you, it's a child. But for some of you, I think it's just getting back to authenticity in your love life with it next to the Lovers card here. Getting back to being with a person that you, or even in your relationship, getting to a place where you can kind of let your inner child out. You can have fun. You can enjoy yourself. You can feel good. Because I think in the past, you guys may have been a little bit too, your relationship or your dating life was a little bit too rigid before. Okay. So let's move on to Pisces. Last but not least, my daughter is a Pisces Sun, Rising, and Moon. She's got a lot of Pisces energy. Anthony, I don't know what drums you're talking about. I don't have any drums. Okay. Spirit, what's going on in love for Pisces this week? What's going on in love for Pisces? We have the Empress, the Ten of Swords, the Seven of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and then we have the Queen of Wands. Okay. Thank you, Edgardo. Or if that's pronounced Eduardo, thank you. Pisces. Pisces, there may be an unplanned pregnancy this week that you have to wrap your head around. Yes. Yeah. There may be an unplanned pregnancy this week that you have to wrap your head around, whether you're single or in a relationship. You're very stressed in the beginning. I think you end up being more okay with it, or at least having a plan on what you want to do or how you want to proceed by the end of the week. For those of you that are in a relationship, I think for those of you that are in a relationship, you may feel as though your partner is taking too much from you. And that's why you have, this came as a clarifier, the Nine of Wands, and it's in our collective spread as well. You feel as though your partner is taking too much from you, and you are feeling like you have to protect your assets in some way. Or I almost feel as though you're trying to, because you feel like they've taken so much from you, you're trying to kind of go the back way and take something from them at the same time to make things equal. For those of you that are single as well, you may feel as though potential partners are trying to take too much from you, like you're meeting new people and they want too much too soon, whatever that means for you, and it is making you want to kind of get away. And I feel like all of this was illuminated for you at the new moon. So whatever this is, I think you guys already know. I think it's something that came up maybe in the week prior to now, and you're realizing kind of what has happened, why you've been feeling the way that you have, why you're feeling on guard, and now you're like, oh, it's because they're taking too much, or I'm giving too much, or vice versa. I'm taking too much from them. I need to pay them back in some way, because it can go both ways. But there's some sense of imbalance here that you guys are trying to rectify in your relationships this week or in your dating life this week. And I think the answer is to be more discerning with what you're giving or what you're taking, and to really focus on maybe to analyze what it is that has happened and really focus on making sure that doesn't happen again in the future. Okay? So that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys ever want a personal reading from me, the link for that is right down in the description box. You can get 15 minutes or 30 minutes from me. Once you order, I will send you an email within 24 hours and we'll get you scheduled. Thank you guys for joining me this week. I do this every Thursday from noon to 1 p.m. Eastern Time, and I'm also on Lada's Facebook channel from noon to 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Tuesdays. Okay? Thanks, guys. See you later. Bye.